Well, Corvette Blogger, we're talking this morning with Chris Chessnoe, who is the program manager for Callaway Cars. Hey, Chris, how you doing today, sir?
Good morning. Thanks for having us here.
Yeah. Well, we're real excited because last year we had the C7 introduction with Callaway, the Callaway Stingray, and now for this bash at the Corvette Museum, we've got the Callaway Corvette Z06.
The Super Z06. This is our debut of the Z06 at the Corvette Museum. We picked an enthusiast-based event to do this, and we're real excited about what this vehicle represents, the next chapter in Callaway Corvette performance.
Right. So, the Z06 comes standard with the Supercharger, but Callaway works their magic on it to get even more power out of the car. How do we do that?
Well, what we've done is we've replaced the factory Supercharger with our unit that we debuted, as you mentioned, on the 2014 Stingray. It's a modular unit, so we were able to adapt it to the new Z06. And it's 2.3 liters in displacement, or 32% larger than the factory 1.7 liter supercharger on the Z06. So you have additional volume, but that's just where the features begin.
So what I like about the car is obviously you've got the hood cut out, and that adds a really nice engineering feature. To kind of explain what that does by having the hood cut out versus the Z06 standard, that's the supercharger intercoolers under the hood.
Right. One of the things that as an independent company we're able to do is to have an uninhibited design. We're not constrained to fit in the parameters of under the hood or quench basically our packaging of the supercharger under the hood. By going through the hood, we have additional volume, the larger supercharger. We're also able to take advantage of a larger housing to hold additional intercoolers. This is a triple element intercooler supercharger. So we have a primary intercooler that the airflow that we've pressurized goes through, then to a bifurcated lid that diverts the air to the longer tuned runners, to secondary intercoolers, then down to the cylinder heads and the combustion chambers. So that's another benefit, is the fact that we have the triple element intercoolers. As you mentioned, the opening in the hood. The opening in the hood not only looks cool because you have a bit of a nostalgic shaker hood type of thing. We also have convective heat transfer. So the convective heat transfer, as you're moving the vehicle, it further cools the supercharger housing. Our temperature variance from the start of a run to the end of a run is about 3 to 5 degrees from ambient, and typically you'll have a 35 to 50 degree difference at the end of that same run with other supercharger models. Wow.
So where some owners have talked about heat soak issues and some other things going on under the hood of the standard Z06, the way the Gen 3 cooler, the Gen 3 supercharger just keeps it a lot cooler with the opening and the 3 intercooler.
Precisely. In fact, we delivered a Callaway Corvette recently to a gentleman, and I had driven the vehicle about 350 miles at his request to his house. And when I dropped the car off, he was very excited, really wanted to talk about the car, and I said, well, before we do that, please place your hand on top of the supercharger. And he put his hand momentarily on the supercharger and quickly pulled it away. It wasn't because it was hot, it was because it was so cold. He was not expecting it to be that cold.
Right.
So that's really the beauty again of our system, is the way that we're managing the air and temperatures, and we have a system that has zero heat soak issues. And that was proven with our 2014 introduction of the Callaway Corvette, and we're seeing the same potential with this.
Right. So on the package itself, the package is $16,995.
Yes.
And what exactly does that entail?
So the package at $16,995 is the supercharger, the large Callaway supercharger, and the carbon fiber trim, mid covers, and those will have, on the production, will have the horsepower callouts. It's the modified hood, all of the Callaway branding and badging inside and out. There are Callaway emblems on every panel, basically, inside and out, including the dash, the floor mats, key fobs, and it also includes a very important feature, that is the Callaway limited powertrain warranty. And the way the powertrain warranty works, it's the only warranty that supplements truly the GM factory coverage. So it supplements your coverage, which is not blocked or otherwise
So I know sometimes you make an engine modification, take it to the dealership, they say, nope, we're not going to touch it, we're not going to warranty it. With the Callaway warranty, you're good to go.
Correct.
And now the package just doesn't stop at the $16,995. You also offer additional options, and some of them are pretty important. Why don't you tell us about them?
Well, I think probably the biggest options are the Sport exhaust, the Callaway Sport exhaust, which is the highest flowing exhaust that we frankly ever put on a car. It's from the mid pipes back, a tuned muffler with the classic double D Callaway exhaust tips. Has a great sound, a nice robust sound. And I think that it's something that a driver will appreciate for not only the sound, but also for the performance. On the Stingray, for example, it added 7 horsepower. Another great option is the Callaway short throw shifter. Precise, short, and deliberate shifts are what you're expecting, and that's what our shifter will deliver.
Okay. And now the system that you have on here, this is essentially the same system that's been on the Stingray, enhanced for Z06, but also it's on the Callaway truck line as well.
It is. As I mentioned, it's modular, so we're able to adapt it from the Stingray to the 2015 trucks, Silverado, Tahoe, and as well as the Suburban and the GMC Cadillac line as well. It's universal in our adaptation of that.
Right. Okay. And the materials that you use, I love the carbon fiber. It's very well detailed. And explain the housing. What material is that?
Yeah, it's made of aluminum. It's a cast aluminum, so it's able to dissipate the heat. We've got the pattern on the top, which gives it some intrinsic value, and of course it's branded as Callaway, but it is aluminum
right. So what now that the Stingray, the Callaway Stingray has been out for a year, what are some of the feedback you're getting from owners?
It's funny. I got a text the other night. I can't repeat all of it because it was, but it was something to the effect of, I need sticky tires. I love this car, and basically it's the best vehicle that customer had ever owned, it sounds like. So we appreciate feedback like that, whether it's in a text or an email. But the bottom line is our customers really love our vehicles. We're also really pleased the car that we have before us is actually this customer's 4th Callaway in as many years.
And that's what I found is many Callaway owners are multiple Callaway owners, or 2-time or 3-time, and just going to some of the bigger shows. Now that the Stingray Callaway's been out for a little while, we're starting to see them out there, and it's pretty cool.
We have, for example, we support the hobby or the lifestyle events as well. At Corvettes at Carlisle, we have the Callaway reunion every year with the Callaway Owners Group, and so it's nice to be able to have our engineering team engage with our customers, and we really look at it as a family of owners. So we really embrace that whole thing.
Right. Well, one of the things that always amazes me is the dependability and the reliability of the car.
Yeah.
And to prove it, you've been since I've known you, I think you've been driving a red C6 Grand Sport Callaway.
I think you drove that car, didn't you?
I did drive it, yes. So, are you still driving it?
We are. This week, the car just turned 200,000 miles. This is our 2010 Grand Sport. It's right behind you. It turned 200,000 miles at the Corvette Motorsports Park at the National Corvette Museum. So we picked that venue as a way to say this is a car that we drove to the track, went around the track, and literally at the finish line, the odometer went from the magic number to 199,999 to 200,000.
Wow.
And the car has been rock solid reliable. This isn't just a car that has been a rolling showcase for us. It's been an exclamation point in the reliability and drivability of our brand. People say, well, what have you had to do for parts or repairs or whatnot? Really, it's maintenance. 17 sets of tires. I'd have to look at the records to verify, but I believe 17 sets of tires, 5 sets of brakes, 28 oil changes, 2 sets of wiper blades because we drive the car in the rain and snow. Sunny days too, but really a phenomenal car, and it's still on the original clutch.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, really a nice car, and it looks great.
Well, and I love the car. I saw it at 100,000 miles. You rolled over the 100,000 at the burnout contest at Callaway a couple years back. You drive it all across the country in all kinds of weather. You're here at the Corvette Motorsports Park. You do 200,000 miles. There's a lot of life left in this car, isn't there?
There is. In fact, the car is for sale if you'd
Okay.
like to buy it, or know anybody that would like to buy it. You know, we'd like the car to go to somebody that's going to really enjoy it for what it is, and that is a great showpiece. The car still looks great.
So, Chris, if someone's interested in Callaway, how do they find out more?
You know, probably the quickest way is on the web. You know, 24 hours a day at our website, CallawayCars.com. Or certainly give us a call at our headquarters in Connecticut, 860-434-9002, or by email at info@CallawayCars.com.
Very good. Well, Chris, thanks for spending some time with us. Beautiful
Sure.
car, and anxious to learn more about it when the performance figures come out, and see what this thing can do.
We'll have to invite you for a drive.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Chris, have a great day.
Thanks again.